Today, I will share with you in detail how to treat, replant, and care for orchids suffering from root rot, wilting, and root death, a common problem for many growers. As you can see, orchids in this condition have been severely attacked by bacteria and mold. The plant gradually weakens, leaves wither, roots are almost completely damaged, and if not treated promptly, it will certainly die. However, when faced with this situation, the most important thing is to remain calm and absolutely not rush to discard the plant. Leaves that have been eaten and rotted by mold, and the tips that are shriveled and beyond recovery, must be removed. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support me and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you as a companion on this journey. Severely diseased leaves and stems should be disposed of far away from the growing area to prevent the disease from spreading to other healthy orchids in the garden. Next, we focus on inspecting the roots. In most cases, the roots are almost completely damaged, blackened, soft, or rotten due to prolonged neglect. We proceed to remove the damaged rotten growing medium to see if the roots inside can still be saved. Besides English, we now have voiceovers in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on the settings gear icon to select the appropriate audio language. These damaged roots are no longer able to conduct water and nutrients, so they must be removed decisively. Using scissors, we cut off all the blackened, rotten roots, keeping only the healthy, green, or white sections inside, if any. Carefully observe each section as you cut, ensuring no diseased tissue is left behind, as even a small amount of damaged root material significantly increases the risk of reinfection. This is a crucial step that determines the orchid's recovery in subsequent stages. Only by treating the disease thoroughly from the beginning will the orchid have a chance to regenerate new roots and revive. At this point, the tissue is still black, so we continue cutting until we see completely white, fresh tissue. The principle is to observe as we cut. Wherever the tissue is white, firm, and fresh, that's the part that's still alive and has the potential to recover. At this point, the tissue has started to turn white and healthy, so I will cut off the diseased upper part, keeping only the healthy stem. For leaves that have withered and rotted from the base, we must remove them completely, as these leaves are no longer capable of photosynthesis and are very likely to be a breeding ground for fungal diseases. This leaf has completely rotted at the base, so I will cut it off completely. The upper part of the stem is still green and fresh, so we will keep it to nourish the plant. Thus, after treatment, the plant still has some living tissue, and this is the hope for the plant to regenerate into a healthy, beautiful orchid in the future. After pruning, we set the plant aside and proceed with the next steps. Next, I prepared a clean basin to thoroughly clean the entire orchid plant with clean water. In the process of rescuing and caring for orchids, the initial cleaning step is mandatory, as it helps remove dirt, fungal spores, and bacteria still clinging to the stem and roots. We wash gently but thoroughly, ensuring the plant is completely clean, leaving no mold or impurities that could cause reinfection. Once the plant is cleaned, the base of the stem is clearly still fresh and vibrant. As long as there is fresh tissue like this, the orchid has the potential to recover. After washing and lift the plant out, let it drain, and proceed to the next step in the orchid rescue process. Next, I prepare a clean container. Then, I pour in exactly 1 liter of clean filtered water, preferably water that has been treated to remove bacteria and impurities. Next, I added a spoonful of baking soda to the solution. Baking soda has antibacterial and antifungal properties, helping to clean the root environment and limit pathogens, while also supporting plant stabilization and recovery. We will use 1 teaspoon, then stir well until the baking soda is completely dissolved, and then proceed to use the solution for the next treatment step. Next, I prepared a clean container and placed the entire orchid inside. I used a spoon handle or other suitable support to secure the plant, preventing it from floating to the surface during soaking. Once the plant was stable, I poured the prepared baking soda solution into the container, ensuring the stem and roots were completely submerged. This soaking process helps disinfect, inhibit mold growth, and remove any remaining pathogens. The soaking time was approximately 30 minutes. Next, I prepared a clean container of moss, then poured the remaining baking soda solution into it to disinfect the moss. The purpose of this step is to kill any remaining bacteria and mold in the moss, ensuring the substrate is completely safe for the orchids. The moss was completely submerged in the baking soda solution and soaked for about 2 hours. Next, I will prepare the nutrient for the orchid, which is aloe vera. Aloe vera is rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, and many active compounds that can regenerate cells, helping the orchid recover quickly and stimulating the growth of new roots and leaves. At this step, we cut it into small slices to easily extract the nutrients for better absorption by the orchid. On the Blissful Garden channel, you can also find many ways to make homemade organic fertilizers from familiar kitchen ingredients. These are not only cost-effective, but also help plants grow sustainably. Next, I will prepare a clean container, then put all the pre-processed aloe vera into the container to process and extract the nutrients. Once this step is complete, we take the container of aloe vera out to continue to the next stage. Next, I added 500 milliliters of clean filtered water and stirred gently to mix the nutrients evenly. Next, I used a blender to blend the nutrient mixture with water, ensuring the aloe vera was completely finely ground, allowing the nutrients to dissolve easily and be absorbed more quickly and effectively by the orchid plant. Next, I prepared a clean container, then proceeded to filter thoroughly to completely remove the pulp and sediment. Once filtered, we obtained a pure, clear, clean, and nutrient-rich aloe vera solution ready to use for effective care and recovery of orchid plants. Next, I add vitamin B1 to the prepared solution. Vitamin B1 stimulates the orchid's rapid recovery, promotes new root growth, and increases overall growth. At this step, we use about 3 vitamin B1 tablets, dissolving them thoroughly so the plant can absorb the nutrients optimally. Next, I add about 500 milliliters of clean water to dilute the nutrient solution. This step aims to reduce the concentration, preventing the orchid from being shocked and ensuring it absorbs nutrients slowly and safely during the care process. Next, after soaking for 30 minutes, gently lift the orchid out. At this point, bacteria and mold have been killed, and pathogens clinging to the stem roots and leaves have been almost completely removed. Once this step is complete, we take the orchid out to prepare for the next care steps. Next, we prepare a clean container, then place the orchid inside. In this step, pour the nutrient solution, consisting of vitamin B1, baking soda, and aloe vera, into the container. Completely submerge the orchid roots in the nutrient solution to stimulate root recovery, increase antibacterial resistance, and promote cell regeneration. The standard soaking time is 25 minutes, sufficient for the roots to absorb nutrients without shocking the plant. After 25 minutes, we soaked the orchid roots in a solution of vitamin B1 and aloe vera. The nutrients have fully absorbed into the plant tissue, so we can now remove the plant from the solution. Upon observation, the orchid's color has noticeably brightened, and the root tissue is firm and healthy, indicating that the plant has absorbed the nutrients well and begun the recovery process. After that, we proceed to the next care step. Next, we use a piece of candle wax to disinfect the cuts on the orchid. Specifically, apply a layer of candle wax to the cuts on the top and base of the orchid. This layer of candle wax seals the wound surface, preventing water from accumulating and limiting the re-entry of mold and bacteria. Once both ends of the cuts are properly sealed, the orchid will be safer during the recovery period, minimizing the risk of reinfection. Next, we move on to planting the tree in a place where it can grow. Next, we prepare a planting pot with good drainage holes to ensure the orchid roots don't become waterlogged and can breathe properly throughout their growth. Next is the moss. This moss has been thoroughly treated and disinfected, then soaked in a baking soda solution for the correct amount of time. After soaking, remove the moss and squeeze out all the excess water to prevent root rot. Once the moss has reached the standard moisture level, it's ready to be placed in the pot for planting the orchid in the next step. Next, we place the treated moss into the pot, arranging it evenly and neatly to create a stable moisture-retaining layer. Then, take out the orchid seedling root. You can see that the tip is still green and healthy, indicating that the plant still has good recovery potential. Gently place and bury the orchid root in the moss, securing it just enough to keep the plant upright, without compressing it too tightly to suffocate the roots. This completes the step of planting the orchid root in the seedling pot. Next, use a clear plastic pot with ventilation holes and cover it to create a miniature greenhouse environment. Then, use butterfly clips to secure both sides, preventing the pot from shifting and also preventing insects, mold, and dust from entering during the plant's weak stage. Finally, place the orchid pot in a shady, well-ventilated place with gentle light, avoiding direct sunlight. During daily care, mist the plants with water every 3 to 5 days to maintain stable humidity levels, allowing them to recover quickly and develop new roots. Thus, after exactly 3 weeks of care, our orchid has begun to recover significantly. From an orchid plant that seemed worthless, a new plantlet has now sprouted, showing that the treatment and care process was completely on the right track. Upon closer observation, we can see that the plant's vitality has returned. The tissue is firmer, the color is brighter, and the new shoots are developing steadily. This confirms that with the right techniques and persistent care, even discarded orchid plants can be revived vigorously. During the seedling stage, we maintain a consistent and gentle care regimen. Every 2 weeks I use aloe vera extract combined with nutrient powder to supplement the plant, helping it regenerate tissue and develop new roots. On normal days, I mist the plant every 3 days to maintain sufficient moisture for the roots and growing medium, absolutely avoiding water. After misting or watering, place the plant back in its original location, in a well-ventilated shady area with gentle light, to ensure stable photosynthesis and sustainable growth. Proper care, with the right dosage and environment at this stage, will help the young orchid grow healthily with thick leaves and strong roots, creating a solid foundation for subsequent growth stages. After another month, our orchid has grown very healthy. Observing that the plant is sturdy, with thick green leaves and stable root development, it's the right time to remove it for inspection and transfer it to a more adaptable growing environment, allowing it to gradually adjust to natural conditions. At this stage, I permanently repotted the plant into a pot, using pine bark as the primary growing medium. All the pine bark had been thoroughly disinfected and treated to prevent mold, ensuring the safety of the young roots. Upon removing the plant, it's evident that the root system has formed healthily, firmly anchored, and the plant is thriving, ready to thrive in a more natural environment. This is a complete orchid restored from its original leaf axil and shoot base. The root system is beautifully developed, healthy, and evenly distributed, demonstrating that the previous care was entirely correct. Once the plant has reached this state, we continue to allow it to adapt and grow sustainably in a natural environment without excessive intervention. The potting process is as follows. First, line the bottom of the pot with a layer of cleaned moss to retain moisture and create a soft environment for the roots. Then, place the orchid in the center, gently arrange the roots on the moss, and then add pine bark around it to secure the plant. A thin layer of moss can be added above the roots to retain moisture, but only cover the roots, never the base. When planted correctly using this technique, the orchid will quickly develop roots, stand upright, and grow steadily and healthily for a long time. Thus, we have completed a healthy, valuable orchid, revived from a seemingly discarded plant. After repotting, we continue to maintain a proper fertilization and care regimen to ensure the plant thrives in the next stage. In the next stage, we continue to supplement with restorative and nourishing fertilizer according to the shared formula, consisting of aloe vera combined with vitamin B1. I use a separate spray bottle, mixing the filtered aloe vera juice with B1, stirring well until the solution is completely dissolved. This solution is lightly misted onto the orchid leaves to maintain moisture and stimulate metabolism. The application cycle is every 2 weeks, averaging twice a month. On the remaining days, we only need to mist to maintain moisture and water with clean filtered water, with a frequency of every 3 days, avoiding over-fertilization to prevent plant shock. Regarding nutrition, it's not advisable to use the same fertilizer for a long period. Within a month, we rotate the nutrient sources, one time using aloe vera plus B1, the next time possibly replacing it with bananas or other organic materials, helping the plant absorb a variety of nutrients and develop more balanced growth. When watering, prioritize watering directly at the base and root system to allow nutrients to penetrate deeply. At this stage, I usually soak the entire pot in the solution for about 20 minutes, then remove the plant to drain. This helps the roots absorb enough moisture and nutrients without causing water. Notably, from this point onwards, there's no need for shading or a greenhouse. Let the plant breathe and gradually expose it to its natural environment. This will make the orchid healthier and more sustainable. Place the plant outdoors in a well-ventilated area with a little more light, but absolutely avoid direct sunlight. After 3 months of proper care, the orchid has fully matured. The foliage is dark green, thick, and firm, with new leaves growing evenly, covering the entire plant in green, clearly demonstrating its vitality and excellent photosynthetic capacity. In particular, the plant has produced strong flower stalks, even 2 stalks simultaneously, indicating it has reached a vigorous state. The root system is strong, with roots penetrating deep into the pot. The root tips are fresh and green, numerous and evenly distributed, firmly anchoring the growing medium. This is a crucial sign of a truly healthy orchid. When the plant is healthy enough, it will respond with a spectacular flowering season. With persistent, proper care and dedication, the orchid not only produces beautiful flowers but also develops thick, sturdy foliage and abundant, lush roots that cover the entire pot in green. I hope this video helps you better care for your orchids at home. If you find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more simple and natural orchid care tips.